Hey everyone, guess what happens when you don't turn the logo off for your own show and you get ready to go live? It stays in place. Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of the DJ Sessions Presents the Virtual Sessions. I'm your host Darran, and right now I'm sitting in the virtual studios in Seattle, Washington, and coming in from Phoenix, Arizona with a guest in the studio all the way from Sedona. We have Massimo Vivona and
Seborn.
Seborn is Sebastian.
right on. Awesome. Well, thank you two for coming on the show today, Massimo. It's been a
I am
little bit
glad.
of time since we last chatted, but I know you've been up to a lot of stuff. Got a lot of information to go through here today on this series. And thank you for being a longtime fan of the show. I really appreciate it. Wouldn't be here without you and people and talent, and with all your hard work and dedication. We wouldn't have a show. It'd just be the Darran Hour and me talking to myself, which my high school teacher in civics class said, Darran, if anyone else gets caught talking in class, they're going to get put in a room with Darran for the rest of the year, and I'm going to give you an A. And the teacher then looked at me and said, Darran, if you get caught talking in class, I'm going to put you in a room by yourself and give you an A. And I said, sign me up. I hate your class.
That's what
I didn't hate him. He was actually a really great teacher, but it's funny saying that, yeah, I can talk. But enough about me and my history and my high school upbringings. We want to talk about Massimo Vivona and what have you been up to recently?
Yeah, hello. I am, first of all, I am glad to stay here with the DJ session. It's beautiful and creativity. What I like to bring, So I am very, 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 very happy to stay here with you and do this interview. And why I'm missing many things in my life, but the time where I go in America, it's everything have changed. So, and everyone change, everything is changed. So yeah. And it's beautiful. And tonight or now we have one very big guy here stay with me in my room, and this is Sebastian. It's a big talent. The father. So the fact was, so I will go to Sedona for 4 days, and I would like to go eat something very nice. And I Google and I found a new restaurant. The name is Vespa, and and I say, oh, that's new here in Sedona. Before was not here, so I will go, and then I meet the Papa, and it's we have step by step do the argument about music and the restaurant, the pizzeria, but it's not pizzeria. This is a nice restaurant lounge, very, very, very beautiful style. And so I meet here and we have talking and come, oh yeah, my junior, he's very talented. You must hear the music and so, and I wait fast 1 month and before we meet together. And now we do together some basically project. And normally Headzone Records never working with the other artists, but it's a little complicated about music style. I don't want to do wrong critic to the people. Well, everyone like the music what they love, and but for Sebastian, I will pay attention and I will see, wow, everything is different, very experimental and very nice sound, So I will say, wow, that can go something good, So.
Well, I see that you mentioned in some show notes here that you sent over. You're working with like electronic, ambient, and jazz style music now.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds like that's kind of my favorite kind of genre.
Yeah.
I listen to an internet radio station out of San Francisco called by Soma FM called Groove Salad, and everyone knows me.
Yeah, I know Groove Salad. This is Soma FM.
Yep, Soma FM. Anyone that knows me, that's my good friend, knows that
cool.
If Darran's not doing a show, if Darran's not listening to an exclusive mix, he's not driving the truck. Everywhere he's at, Soma FM Groove
I
Salad on
love
my
it,
dial.
FM. I love
And,
it.
and
So
probably
much.
probably on my tombstone, there will be a solar panel,
Cool.
and people are going to be able to basically. I probably will put a QR code on my thing, so they'll be able to go to the website and still see the archives of the DJ sessions.
Nice.
But there will also be a link there that will get people to go to somafm.com Groove Salad. So if you want to know what I'm chilling in the afterlife,
Cool.
it's all my old episodes. I finally got time to watch them all, right? Because I got
Beautiful.
2,600 of them and
Beautiful.
2,700 in counting. But also, if you want to chill out with me, go to Soma FM, and you always say,
Yes.
"Hey, Darren's sitting on cloud nine,
No.
listen to that Soma FM." So,
Yeah.
yeah, tell me about this electronic ambient jazz style music
Yeah.
that you're putting together. Is that working with you and Sebastian putting that together? Is that your own endeavor?
Yeah, so we do in the future a couple project together. We think them working. While the fact is our time amazing. It's not so light. While he live in Sedona, I live in Phoenix. So we try every month to go. Maybe one time I go, he come here.
Yeah.
And the fact is, I like it to working with the Heat together in the future. While it's young, talent, fresh, and he have a very good quality in the sound. So the good things is that's every single artist have a fast. I can say not so direct, but I gonna say I don't see any qualification in the form for electronic music, house music, ambient music, chill out, and. So we try to do in the future so couple project about so jazz, not so directly hard rock, but something very experimental with guitar and trumpet and that's also expecting much power in this project. So
Nice.
and
Yeah,
yeah.
you're running Headzone Records as well as an independent label. Is that part of a new division of Headzone as well?
Yes. So we seen that now I'm start to do better. What the full time was a little no chaos, but from time here was not the capacity to invest of this project. While Headzone Records is it's unique records for many people between Instagram, Facebook, in the social media, ti pay attention what Headzone bring out or what he released. But the last release was in 2000, I think 2011. I think was the last release with Stella Chant, and then couple year before was The Way and a couple things. But the last 10 years never ever released an album or so just digital. But the people I see what's going on between Facebook, Instagram, Bandcamp, and the people love to have vinyl. The point is that the people sometimes not understand how much it costs. Example, I have one customer of Berlin. She buy the vinyl in for eight months ago. So everything, yeah, no problem. So I go to the post to send the packet. The post tell me cost $300 to send one vinyl for 45 big vinyl. I say that is extreme. So I know I gonna not send an vinyl cost example $17. She ever pay fast $18. And I'm gonna send the $300 for post free just from United States to Berlin. So I have to do the contact in Germany, and then while I have the vinyl in Germany, in my house. So that is a little complicated with the expedition. Here in the United States, it's okay, but when you go out to Europa, that is a little expensive. So that's why we not have released so much, while we don't know exact of the people will like to buy the vinyl online, but the master public, so the customer, I have in the Europa. Belgium, France, Spain, Italia, Sweden, Scotland, England, all around the full Europa. But in America too, but ti buy more so digital, so that's why I'm not have a release so special, so thing, but could be that now we release one and could be out as just for territorium in America.
Nice. What do you think? What is the most important thing that record labels nowadays should be doing for their artists? And whatever it is, are they doing a good job of that as a whole, as the community of record labels, as you see releases come out from other labels around the world and even your own label? What is the most important thing that they should be doing for their artists they represent?
Also, I think festival, from my experience, what I began in the 93 and now 2025, the point is that sometime in the place we Sony Music, Warner Chappell, BMG Ariola, I don't know if I give you know the BMG Ariola or Virgin or Edel and other big label name. Das ist quasi so, dass Artisten, die have quasi a little heavy festival, while the mass is extreme. And but the extremity is to look one good or a 10 artist good. It's considered quasi as the sound most more unique go. That's the label condition. Well, sometimes you make so very nice track, everything's fine, and you go in the place, in the office, and festival, you need an appointment. Then you need the right, and then maybe you need the friend, and then you need this, and then you need this. From my experience, what I do with there's a Sony Music. So I production one track. What's happening? I go to my friend, I say, look, we're here. Oh, yeah, I know my friend, he working for Sony, blah, blah, blah. So then you receive it for shoes, an account payment. This must to dividend between three people. So on final, use the produce. Then must stay the name from the master, from the guy. And the producer, co-producer must stay there. That is the wrong way to go with the talent and artist. So the mass from this big industry label, they need more, I will say, they need more qualification people and more soul to consider the artist. If it's not good, it's not good. Okay, so maybe they don't like, but they needed to do more qualification in this option what the people work in this office. Okay, more pay attention. While I know it exists just Bieber or other big artists. This is just name and show. So we're talking here for qualification for the next generation. So if the people take care every time on the same level, we just Bieber or a Timberland or a Puff Daddy or I don't know where. So the fact is, this is a block. While it like not to risk to go far away on the high level. So, example, when I talk for myself, when example I have it working and nobody will consider my music in the Headzone Records. What's happening? I meet my ex-partner and he said, Massimo, you know what? We do one label together. You take care of the music, I take care of the business. So I say, okay. So and that's what perfect. And later, everyone from this big label industry with Sony and the other, Oh, can you please have a license for your release? Oh, can I have a license for this? So we have been working, okay, and but I don't like this system. It's for me. I consider it's hard to hear, but this is hard mafia, and this yes, this is directly for me to tell that's art mafia. You know somebody, you come in this process. You don't know somebody, you is nobody. So, and that is not fair considered to artists. If I have the potential, I will take care 10, 20 artists if I have the potential.
You know,
So,
I have that conversation with people all the time,
yeah,
and it's a hard truth, a hard fact. There are gatekeepers,
yeah,
and I don't BS with anyone anymore. Knowing what I know, who I've talked to, people like yourself,
yeah,
other industry leaders that have been in the game for 30 plus years.
exactly.
And, you know, not that I want to dissuade anyone from having a career in the entertainment industry. Let's take the whole bubble of the
Yeah,
entertainment
exactly.
industry, not just electronic music production,
Yeah,
but it's it. I always said this with my own television show, and I think you'll see that how the pyramid goes
I know.
is at any time in my local city here, there could be 1 million people with a television show idea. I came up with this a long time ago.
Yeah,
Then out of 1 million people, 10% of those might say, hey, I'm going to look into doing something to produce this television show idea. And that's going to step up to 100,000 people. Then out of those 100,000 people, some of them might, let's take 10% of those people, and they say, hey, I might go take some schooling, get a video camera, buy a computer, maybe go take some classes or do something to learn online, you know, and that puts them at, you know, 1 million, 100,000, 10,000. 10% of those people now puts them at 1,000 people. And those 1,000 people have spent time, a little bit of money into resources to get to that. I mean, average, they spent some money to get to that 1,000 people.
exactly.
Now you take 10% of those people that actually might be able to go out and be in the film and television industry or in the industry.
Yeah,
That's 100 people.
yeah, yeah.
Then you might get, you know,
In the
10% of
category.
those.
Yeah,
And that's 10 people that actually have a working product that could be sold.
yes.
Then
yes,
10% of that, you got one person that actually does it.
yes.
Not to toot a horn, but in my local market, back before YouTube and everything existed, I was that one person.
Yeah, it's
that
so.
climbed through all that. And and I did it on a very shoestring budget, almost with I mean, when I was going to college, I ate popcorn for 2 weeks.
Wow.
You know, that's what it was like to put my show on broadcast television.
Amazing.
YouTube came out and all that. But the goal that I'm trying to get at here is when you put it down and there's 1 million people here, and if you step that up and people say, I'm going to put $1,000 into my brand, they're going to buy a website.
Yeah.
You know, they're going to get a logo made.
Yes.
You know, they're going to have their back end spent to get them looking like people want to listen to them around the world. That's going to put them at a different tier. If you have somebody that can spend $5,000, that's at a different tier. They might be able to collaborate or hire a PR person for you to help you do some stuff. If they spend $10,000, $20,000, and so it goes up the ladder. So when you're getting to this top ladder, and everyone's like, "Oh, I see Martin Garrix, or I see Armin van Buuren. I can be just as good as them. I'm just as good as a DJ as Armin van Buuren." Yeah, but Armin van Buuren has an infrastructure behind him that goes all the way down, and there's big money driving that. And so these artists get into their local environments, and they get disenfranchised because they're doing everything like everyone else is doing, the free stuff.
Exactly.
Free stuff is good to have.
Exactly.
But it can even come as a producer, and they're like, "Oh, I make my tracks. Oh, and I master my own tracks."
Yeah.
No, pay somebody else to do that.
Yes. Yes.
You know, and have an outside ear on that. Take some master classes if you're going to go into production. Take a actual class that's going to get you certified in Ableton or Fruity Loops or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Or Logic. You know, there aren't too much, but you got to invest in yourself. And unfortunately, that's going to cost money. Yeah. I remember, I'll go to our next question, but I remember being a small business owner starting up. And I was a small business and I had my idea, just like everyone else in the room.
Yeah.
But what was their idea and how they're going to make $1 million? But they wanted everyone else to give them money, but they didn't have any money of their own.
Yeah.
And it's like, why am I going to give you money and put money into you if you're not willing to risk your own money? When the barrier to entry for DJing is zero now. You have 6-year-olds that are learning how to DJ.
Yeah.
The barrier to entry for music selection is zero now because everything's digital and not on vinyl. So you don't have limited releases. So that even for film and television, doing interviews, podcasts, barrier for entry.
That's remember me
I got
something.
a podcast. I'm not knocking anywhere. We started out with at least I had broadcast television gear, at least when I started. But now people are starting right. And I suggest people to start right from their phone.
Yeah.
Start recording from their phone. My point being is that, the when you touched into the mafia and the quote that you said there, it's a money game. Entertainment's about money. And, it comes down to that. That's just the truth. You've had 65 releases, 6 albums, 85 successful electronic dance music compilations worldwide. You know this game. You know what you're talking about.
It's just when I see how much these people were burning now, okay, and the Tush Connection try to take $300,000 for one state as DJ set. That is extreme. Also, when I say Nina Graffiti, Charlotte DeWitt, and all the ticket, okay. So, and I see the price was the what the and DJ for play, and when I go to check, just is this truth or is this fake or so I go to Bandcamp and I check which artist at this time sell the best, and I go in the profile and they sell nothing on music. Nothing. Okay. So, and I understand how it's possible that these people pay $300,000 for one DJ set for the name Charlotte DeWitt. As from that, I'm gonna say that is so extremely OMV is propaganda, fake. That we don't know exactly what's going on in town. So,
well, if you take a festival that's a touring festival that goes nationwide, let's look at the U.S. I'm not going to call out any names of any major companies, but if they're charging, let's just say $150 a day for a ticket at a venue that holds 30,000 people, do the math. They do a 2-day event. Let's say even let's just use nice round numbers, and it's 150, or let's say it's $200 a day. That's 60,000 tickets sold. Okay, for a 2-day event times 200.
It's just amazing.
Okay, that's 10.
Yeah,
that's $600,000.
It's amazing.
That's 2 zeros. That's $6 million.
Yeah,
now times that by 2. It's $12 million a show.
Yeah.
Granted, that theater setup that they use tours with them from venue to venue. So they're not building it out at every single place they go to. They have a West Coast tour. They have an East Coast setup. I know, guys, I got some of the top lighting designers in the industry are based here in Seattle. They're friends of mine. I know them. I've done shows with them. And, I know how they pack it up and flip it down and use Arizona as a hub point too. So you got shows up here in the Northwest or West Coast. They use certain companies. East Coast, they send the specs of the show off to the other companies. They build our stage. Yeah. It's not the same traveling stage show everywhere.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Insider fact, people.
Yes.
So that being said, you got a concert tour and it's touring and it plays 12 different times, or it's playing all these different times around the nation, and they're booking these artists. They just got to fly the artists in between all of them. 1, 2, you're looking at $12 million a weekend.
It's crazy.
And if you do, let's just say 10 events, okay, there's 120 million.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's amazing.
Even let's say they were walking away after paying everyone from each one of those 30, 40 million per. They can afford to pay these artists 100,000 or 50,000 a show, and not really. That's thousands of dollars when you're taking in millions is really not that.
Yeah.
So, and then the venues themselves, they make all their money off the concessions.
Yeah. So if I have the power, my lips, the what I would like to booking were Kraftwerk.
Kraftwerk was going to be
Kraftwerk,
amazing.
just Kraftwerk. No Rich Horton, no Carl Cox, no Paul van Dyk, no, just Kraftwerk. You know, while the massive Carl Cox, Nina Grafid, and all the rest from this category, step by step go down. That's go down. That's gonna not go every time. Well, you gonna not eat every time tomato sauce. You gonna not. You gonna you must sometimes change the quark. You know, it's you gonna eat every time the fish, or you gonna not eat every time chocolate. You gonna not. Well, the people sometimes that's every time the same. Oh, every time the same. You know. So, the more you do event, the more you go down. You know, well, so you go and more commercial. You not go anymore. So in the time where I started with the career was Omen, Frankfurt, what is this, Doran Cray, and the Berlin Treasure, and the history. You know, so that's no more, no more. Well, the people come and wake up, say, "Oh, let's go no more on the music. Let's go just on money." So, and then you destroy self the system. Well, too much every week, too much.
Well, that's another thing that happens is you have these shows. I mean, it's happening more in the concert series than I see as the electronic music festival events. Those can still stay sort of reasonably priced.
Yeah.
But I went to go see a beautiful show. I saw Lady Gaga here last week or two ago. Beautiful show, awesome. The seats I had, $400.
Wow.
It wasn't too bad. My friend went to the show 2-3 days before me. The seats he sat in were $400. But the day we went on Saturday, those seats would have been $2,000.
Amazing.
So when you have people taking their money and going seeing a show for $2,000 tickets, and that's a lot of the seats, or even two people going to a show being $800 to see a 2-hour show,
Yeah.
2.5 hour show.
Yeah.
They're saving their money up to go to these big shows, which now gives them no money to go to the local shows.
No.
Mm.
Or they do go to the local shows and they're maybe paying $20, $30 or $40 to get in, but they're not buying drinks.
Yes.
You know, because a friend of mine of the family actually took out a extra credit card to pay for tickets for her daughter to go see Taylor Swift.
Yeah. It's amazing.
That was when I was a kid. You never had to take out a bank loan to go see a show.
I exist this.
I mean, I think Ozzy. I mean, I know that times are changing, and people want to recoup from that COVID money. But damn, but the thing is people are paying it, and as long as people keep paying it, they're gonna keep the prices that high.
Yes.
And unfortunately, from a booking manager, a manager standpoint, and the longevity of a career and the turn and burn of everything, you want, as an economist, as an accountant, as trained with 2 business degrees, I'm going to say, let's maximize our profits.
I know.
Because we don't know if you're going to be booked next year.
Exactly.
We don't know if you're going to get, something could happen, and you don't want to do a show and you took in $100,000 when you could have taken in $10 million.
Yes, yeah.
You know, and sorry, I mean, it's just a business decision. If you want to do free tours or something like that outside of your contract, negotiate that and say, hey, these are our big shows. We're going to do extreme pop-up shows for 1,000 people.
Yeah.
Something that's not going to have an impact on a 65,000 person stadium or a 30,000 person event.
Yeah.
And we're going to make it so that you can come and get tickets for these smaller shows.
Yes.
You know, but then you got to look at artist burnout. How much bandwidth do they have? And they got to produce tracks and be in this. All the stuff we talked about earlier about people don't know what goes on behind the scenes. You and I know.
Exactly.
Yeah. So
amazing.
We could talk about that in a whole nother subject here. I'd rather get back to talking to you about the music you produce and all that fun stuff, because we're about halfway through the show right now. Going back to the music production side of things, are you a hardware producer or a software producer? Or both?
Software. My experience, I began with the Cubase.
Okay.
Yeah, and in the time Cubase was very, very small, and I got not so much functionality about. Well, you know, when you go deep inside in this system with music, you like go experimental. So, and the fact was, I was a big mistake. Logic is beautiful software, but Logic Evil, I think, from my opinion, have too much limited. So I changed from Cubase with the filter Gatuf to do while the first guy he do this inspiration to the world and the people was Armand von Elden, you know, with tonight, there was this filter gate and they began. I say, wow. So then I have an RSF Cobol, that's an analog machine, and they give us just 200 in this planet, and one ahead. And with this, I began. I will change of Logic, and then Logic not having given me this inspiration to go over. So, and then I stop out with Logic, and then I say, no, I need something different. And then I began with Ableton, and that's what the biggest mistake in my life. So, yeah, while the engine for Ableton, it's everything is fine by Ableton. I cannot say wrong, but the engine quality from the audio, it's not. That's what now. It's my favorite. It's Studio One, Pro 7, and the Cubase. I have a Vida back the Cubase, but it's a little more very complicated as before. Okay, where now I have is the full time working with Cubase, never have this problem. But now I have a Vida back the Cubase and top quality, also super quality, the audio, the working system style in the arrangement. It's beautiful. Okay, but Ableton, it's not this. I want to say it's good, but not when you like to go extremely in. Then while you see Ableton have everything too small. The things in too small. You need big eyes, you know, and Cubase and the Studio One. It's also for me, it's my favorite. Studio One and the Cubase in the best.
Is that what you're training, Sebastian? Are you learning Cubase?
But
Is that...
yeah, he working now. He working with Logic, and this is good. While Logic have integration and it's extremely good audio engine, so it's the same. Important, the audio is important. But what you gonna do step by step? He come out of Studio One and Cubase 2. While if you like to do extremely professional, you need a Cubase or a Pro Tools. Okay, so that's but the master qualification for producer, it's for me, it's just Studio One, Cubase, and Pro Tools. That's in the best as well.
And, you know, technology moves pretty fast in the electronic music arena. If you could think of something that's not on the market today, but in your vision would be really awesome to have out there for music creation and or DJs, what would that be?
As when I work in sometime the good thing where okay, exists now artificial intelligence. Okay, so now you're gonna stamp music. Example, you say, "Oh, I like the guitar." You're gonna change this, but the good thing was in so software to integration something was quasi. Example, you gonna not play 10,000 things in the same time. That's not possible. Well, you need 10,000 people. So the good things is if our microphone, so we now I talk with you and you listen and we talk in communication. So that's where the coolest thing when it's on software with Pro Tools or a Cubase or a Studio One. heavy. That's imagine what you like to do, and this you're gonna transfer this in the computer. And that's it. Why I wanted this example. I want strange. On this point, I want this. On this point, I want this. You know, but in the same time, you have so much energy that you go confusion, and you forget what you have like to do. So, but in the same time, if it's the computer, you're gonna talk and say, oh, example, you still mood and the music leave, and then you have one song in your mind, okay, and that's where very extremely ideal when mental go automatic in the computer. That's and you have a amazing potential if you can introduce you what you have in mind. While when you is so much energy that you cannot play, and then the sound is not the right, and this and this, you know. So that's where the kick. That's where extremely. It's very good, you know.
And do you ever make music completely out of your own genre that never gets released?
Yes. Yes. There was one track we Crime Wave, and there was one from the first in the 93 Crime Wave, and that's why one from the best track release what we ever do by Headzone Records. While my partner, oh, that's not good. I have insist. I said, put this out, and this thing ever go around Europa. It was boom, boom, boom. So and out today, I must say. There's many, and I'll say, maybe on final, I will say, so in Beckham this time sell extremely good all the Headzone release and the Ground Groove release, and Crime Wave was one from the best wave fast. Yeah, I was fast 8 years in meine, come si dice, Schublade, come in the so in eine como, you know, when you put the stuff inside and close. I don't know what this name is. When you open the door and push something and then close. The closer. I think in the closer. So and that's why 8 years in this thing, and then I will take this and and then boom, it was very good experience. This, you know.
Yeah, if you could take a look at your list of productions you've done so far, and I know this is always a tough question because people kind of ask me the same question when it comes to the DJ sessions, but which one of those stands out to you the most, and why does it stand out to you the most? The most memorable, the best time, or the best, not your best work, because you still got a lot of stuff coming, but what would be something that really says, I really love this track that I produced, or the collaboration with so-and-so was great on this, or I had a really good time in the studio, or it was a very special time in my life, whatever that may be. What one really stands out to you?
So for me, we're quasi always from 01 to the last production for Headzone Records was fantastic. Our Ground Groove Records, but I see the category in my thing was wrong. That's why I changed the software. What we talked before with Cubase to Logic, and from Logic to Ableton. I've lost many things. While I'm not having my studio with me, I'm not having my pult mix console with me. My machine, I'm missing my machine. Everything I'm missing. All is what I product is all is in the computer. And the mastering was when I production the music in my studio was. I start and then I go in the mix console, and then quasi I have everything I will do unique single track, unique. So every single track by Headzone Records was dominant between the working with the hand and not just on computer. while the computer have started the sequence. So from that, I will go to the mix, and then I will go to example left to right, right. I will change the sound, the filter. I will go and working directly live, and that's I will love to do. How if I have the opportunity, if we do an event live show, that's can consider that's the master people or this laptop and mixer, and that's is. And it's normal this feeling from the music we in the time while working with Headzone Records about the mix start. Okay, so that's make more differential of quality, you know. So when the master people oh, the track is finito, Mike Master, tac, finito. It's, you know, that. And then you hear from the beginning, all with the hand working, all the small thing, that's considered too much stress mental, and the highs. Why, when you have the arrangement finito, so you begin the track of one time, you started the track, and then the 8 or the 9 minute long, you have space to mix the volume. There's alles live, you know. This make different quality, you know. Well, this is alles festival is analogic pure, 100%, and the second is you have a good quality one time. It's gonna not go with the back with the same track. It's via computer. You have the option that you save the track, so you have a programming. That's okay. But now when you have a mix live, okay, in the mix console, quasi you change the filter. That's noise in computer save. That is just one time in my Headzone release. All okay. So it's different.
And if you could pick, you know, it is a lot of different. You know, I'm sure, like I said, it's a little difficult of a question to answer. Just like I said, it's hard when anyone ever asks me that question.
Yeah.
I'm always like, well, every episode was my favorite episode.
No, it's very simple. If you think you production the music on computer, okay, you change the equalizer, the volume, the regular. Most of you everything show programming on computer. So in my old song release, never ever do all this working. It's always with the hand working all the life. It's nothing. My computer have helped me just to do the arrangement and the snare, the break, but the records I have to do all live with the change the filter, the gate, everything I will do live. And that's why the master people love this concern about Headzone Records. While now, if you hear the music, you begin and start so clean, synthetic. That is alles too normal. Okay, and by Headzone, you put on a song, a release for Headzone, and you hear this in the club. The speaker go down, I believe. Okay, so it's no more this synthetic sound. You know, this is poor analog. You know, that's make a difference.
If you could pick a classic electronic music track out there after years of being in the game, and I know this is even more of a loaded question, can you pick a classic electronic music track and tell us why that track is so good?
Different. Yes, I again, that's what my wish to do online, and that's where I will talk to you out in the next time about every single things. So my idea is how while people I see people sometimes people don't like to send you message or a me message or a to him message. Somebody Tino give you this thing. But if you go online and you give the people example what you knows, what the master, the Rich Orton and other big producer, Tino give you the exact touch. Okay, they say something, but not exactly what. And that's where I will love to do one school teach the guys with more element to work in the music between copyright, every single thing to produce from the beginning to finish. And that's, I think that's gonna go very cool. While master people and much people tell me this, why you not go online? While Massimo, you see, Massimo never is online. Instagram, Facebook, and there's Massimo is just a home working production, but nobody knows what Massimo do. So in the future, this is a good option to tell with DJ session. We do something cool about school and teacher people and give a new feeling in the music generation.
Absolutely. You know, it's always, you know, this has been an evolutionary process for myself as well.
Yeah.
Starting playing with the home video camera at the age of 6 in 1979, 1980. Yes, that's 1979 and 1980.
Unbelievable.
They still look young, but I'm
Yeah.
celebrating my 50th birthday
Nivea,
this week.
Nivea.
So, but you know, and then going into high school and having the first video production class, and then walking right out of high school and stepping into a public access TV hip hop television show, and then 8 years after that, getting into broadcast television, you know, in 2000, 2001, and executing shows to Fox and NBC affiliates.
Yeah.
And then YouTube comes out. And then video podcasting comes out right about the same time with the video iPod.
Yeah.
And then set the clock to 2007, the iPhone comes out and we can download Shazam and do a bunch of stuff and make shows on our phone with a video camera and upload it directly to YouTube. And then 2009 really hits the streaming revolution. When I got into live streaming, there was live streaming beforehand, but it wasn't used as a medium for, there were DJs doing it, but it was not heralded as a thing. And then set the clock 10 years later, 11 years later, we have Pandy come into effect, and every DJ in the world, every DJ, and even people who weren't ever thinking about DJing, and producers actually setting up cameras in their studios. Just the evolution of just recording and videoing the image, not alone all the software advances and computer advances that have gone up in the back end to make this almost, like I said, a zero barrier entry game earlier in the interview. But it's just been awesome to see how technology goes and how some works still remain classic. I was listening to Soma FM today, and a track that I really love by Kruder Dorfmeister comes on, Who Am I, that they used in the Matrix Animatrix soundtrack. But I was listening to that back in 2001, 2002, somewhere like that.
Yeah.
And it's timeless. You would not be able to know if that track was produced today or if it was produced 24 years ago.
This is this.
You know, and I think a lot of timeless tracks have that. You go back to the Kraftwerks.
Bravo. That is Headzone Records.
Yeah. You go back to the Kraftwerks and you go back to these early pioneers, and they were mastering tracks and setting tracks out there. You're like, whoa. I mean, they were doing it, and that was considered rookie and brand new in the game with the technology they were using at that time. As opposed to what you have now at your disposal, what Sebastian has at his disposal coming into this game and making tracks. You know, it's very, very awesome.
Yeah, for 2 weeks ago, I was with my friend and my music work said, "Wow, the track is so nice." I said, "This track is from '93." And said, "What? No, I don't believe this." I say, "Yes, this is from '93," and that is this fascination on the science fiction, we must say, on this Headzone Records. You know, while you hear the sound, what now it's actual. You know, so that is what David Gilmour told me. You know, while when I was Sex, Love, and Motion in London, and the live set. And he told me, "Massimo, your music is too far away." Okay, yeah, and that is the real truth, you know. For me, it's this more better as when it's in the top charts 1 week and then you go down. You see yourself from David Guetta and other, Okay, so this in the 1 week, boom, 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 and the music is done. It's finito, you know. So it's yeah. I know one. You know, I respect the artist, and I don't have any. But the fact is, fact talking, you know, and that is for me. Better I stay in the big 1 week or maybe 2 week, and then you're done, you know. So when you do number one charts, you needed to think what I do in the next. So
Yeah.
it's this much pressure. I don't want this pressure, you know. So
Yep. That's
yeah,
the other side of the game is you produce something great.
yeah.
Now you got to worry about following up with it.
Yeah, it's not everyone is to
That's
go to play. You
I,
know?
I was telling you, last year when I was at Rave the Planet with Riverside Studios, and we took number one in the world on Twitch streaming live from the back of their float, their double decker bus.
Yeah.
And I came back to the States, and it was my 50th birthday, and I was kind of like, what do I do after this? I was just at a place with 350,000 people in Berlin, first time ever been Berlin, on the back of this boat with one of the top studios in the world, some of the top artists, and people know this name and know this company. And I'm like, what do I do after that? I literally burnt out. But what do I do?
Yeah.
Is another interview going to do anything? I mean, it was those back end production questions like, how do I step that up? How do I top that? Do I have anything on my roster coming up? And I didn't. Nothing that big. I could go back, and it kind of was a culture shock also going there, but coming back and going, I even got the inkling of wanting to move there. And I know we talked pre-show about something I'm working on, but we can't talk about that yet because it's in the pre development, but I'm pretty sure it's going to happen. But definitely opened my eyes, especially going to Amsterdam and ADE, opened my eyes twice and meeting people. They're seeing, being in another culture where 250,000 people are descended upon a city, all for electronic music for a week. And it's like, whoa. And the vibe in Europe is so much different than that in the United States. They both have two different cultures. You know?
And the music within Europa, and what I found out wrong is that London is the number one in the centrum for Europa about music, mode, and other. So the fact is that I give so many good artists in Germany, okay, but not everyone understand. That's where the master people from Germany as producer to go out of Europa, while to try to go and make more event here in America, example, okay, so or Australia. So the fact is that Germany look every time what sell best in the next day. So to give it the charts, to look first 6 months what go in the chart in London, and then to put the music in Germany in the charts. So that is total wrong. Okay, so if you not understand about material for music, go out of this system. Check other job, go handyman, or I don't know, work in other system, but not work in the music industry. You know, that's why the master producer in Germany to go out and try to go in London or in Australia or in America, and then so. And this I see many times. So the fact is that Belgium, London, Scotland, and the France, this is very, very good with music. They work more international. Okay, but Germany is a little complicated. While if it's a good artist, maybe you see in 1 year you see one or two artists good, and they try to push, you know. And this is every time under this under control from gross machine label. Okay, so we Warner and then okay, so that's the way I never like to work in this system. While I say no, that's not my world. I am artist. I like make music. So, and that's in the many good artists we like Massimo, but nobody knows. While the media, the TV, and then the end, they must say, no, this guy must not. This guy must not. This thing so dictate, the artist, And that's why I found that's quasi not nice. And that's why they lost many quality. And when the Germany artist, they go far, far away from Germany, while everyone not receiving money. I hear from people in Berlin, they work with Beatport, never receiving money. Okay, so this is what's going on, what? And then I hear now the next, my friend, he have over 4 million here of Spotify, and the Spotify not pay his money, okay, but the Spotify invest money to do fight between Ukraine and Russians and stuff. Come on, you make music while you go in this system. No, that's just crazy. That's just great for me,
Yeah,
So,
it's the whole Spotify thing. I was doing some research into that
oh my
recently, and
god,
how the breakdown
oh
goes,
my
and
god,
how much money they make. It's a very interesting
yeah, yeah,
model out there, and but it's
yeah.
it's how people are
Sad,
getting out there.
sad,
So,
sad. Yeah, many
um,
people lost. Many people.
something I wanted to bring up is something that we just added to our site, which is really awesome. After years of compiling data and putting it down, we should be able to update this every year. Is we just added the top. Well, we added a DJ ranking page to our site, and it's the top 20,000 DJs in the world.
Yeah, I
The
just
list
see.
is 20,000 DJs, produced DJs. It's supposed to be DJs, but it's DJs/producers in the world. And two of the graphs that we have in there now are, one is the top 100 DJs country of origin. We'll expand that probably to the top 1,000 here shortly. But we
Nice,
also added the top 100 DJs music genres
beautiful.
in the world, in the
Yes,
world. So
that's
that's kind
good.
of really nice to
That's
see
good.
what's currently happening. And we use third-party sources to do this. Nobody
Yes,
pays us to be in
yeah,
this list. Nobody gives us any
yeah,
money. We
yeah.
use all different types of sources to come in and sort this out. We're going to be adding more to that section in the future,
Nice.
which is really awesome because it kind of gives a state of like, this is what's happening in the world.
Oh yeah.
And this is who is big in the world, and it's not us saying who's big in the world. Nobody's paid us to put their name in there,
Yeah, yeah.
which is really nice. But we're also going to add some other additional columns that'll include:
Nice.
do they have an exclusive mix on the DJ sessions,
Mm,
and or do they have an interview on the DJ
nice,
sessions? And
nice.
people can sort that list. And as
Cool,
they sort
cool,
it, it'll show where they're positioned as in
cool.
chronological order.
Good
It'll be
idea.
really fun to add that in and then get more information. And also talking about the new music section on our site as well.
Mm.
You got tracks. We want to get you in
Oh
that new
yeah,
music
oh yeah,
section.
yeah, yeah.
And also you do regular live streams as well?
Yeah, now in the future I have, yes. Now in the future we do this. Yeah.
Okay, awesome.
So
Because we're looking at syndicating some shows as well. We got a lot
yes,
of good stuff
yes,
going on there. I'm glad we
yes,
were able to reconnect
yes,
Massimo
yes.
and
And
talk.
the
Ton of more questions. We're going to stay in contact. I know we're going to be in
oh
contact.
yeah. And
So
also there's coming now new release album in Colorado with the label Carpsonum. We release with the Christian Shake and Massimo Vivona the new release also album. That's the other guy who I working together with Christian. We born in the same label records.
all right.
So I born with the Fax Records. Man say never spoke of the what is this, the plato where you eat. So and that is Christian is one from the good friend, and we do now also three releases from Massimo Vivona and two releases from Christian Sheck. So and people in the Summer FM they love the release, and while they have our contact with the Summer FM and so and from Colorado, and he told me also he loved the album. And then now the next come with Basti here with the Basti come the new our album, and then we released this out of the Headzone Records.
That
That's
sounds
all.
awesome. I'd love to
Yeah.
definitely get an interview. I get an interview with you too, Sebastian, here in the
Yes.
future.
Yeah.
We'll
Yeah.
set that up. I'd love to
Yeah.
talk to you. Always hear about one of the main mission statements is not just working with the big guys like Massimo, it's working with new and up and coming artists as well. So I'd love to get you on the show in the future. Is there any final things you want to say to our DJ Sessions fans before we let you go?
Yeah, I guess I'll like kind of introduce myself. Maybe for next time when we interview next time, I'd love to do that.
Yeah.
Like we said, I live in Sedona, and honestly, like my whole thing, I just love music in general. Just everything about it. There's no words, to be honest. So I'm really looking forward to this interview. I'll definitely make a schedule for that. Looking forward to that and working with him.
Nice.
Yeah, I have some music up on Spotify right now and Bandcamp. So Bandcamp, I'm under his label right now. So yeah, I'm looking forward to the next interview for sure.
Sounds great. Massimo, where can people find out more information about you too?
Oh,
All
yeah.
that fun stuff.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah, I will say just the last couple of words about, I will thank you for
Sure.
also Russian, England, Belgium, France, Scotland, 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 and Sweden, and all of the Central Europe. I will say thank you for support Massimo Beckham, and I am very proud of the people, and I will try to stay every time in Massimo Vivona in the sound, and Headzone Records, and Ground Groove Records, of course, So it's just thank you full, and the people will support me.
And best place people can go to find out more information about you?
So www.massimovivona.com. So
there
that's
we go, that website.
And in the future, everything what the news give about DJ session or the DJ session and the Headzone, everything you can find news of massimovivona.com. So that's my actual page. And we try to do in the future live show set and many things together with Basti, Sebastian. The pseudonym is Seborn, and Basti is the real name, Sebastian. And with everything what come in news, come over the DJ session or massimo1.com. Yeah, yes.
Awesome.
And Backcamp, Backcamp.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you two for coming on the show today. It was a pleasure having you.
Right.
We're definitely going to stay in contact with you and find out what you're going up to. You know how we like to stay in contact with everyone when I'm not taking a break, which I don't plan to do for a very long time now. But thank you both for coming on the show today.
Thank you. Thank you for the opportunity, Darran.
Absolutely.
We stay in contact. I will send you my number, the new number, while I have a new number. So, and then quasi, I will send you, and then quasi we can talk a little what is something in perspective in the future.
Absolutely. Looking forward to that.
Thank you so much.
I'll see you soon, Darran.
All right. See you soon.
Thank you.
On that note, don't forget to go to our website, thedjsessions.com. Go ahead, pull out your phone, check that QR code, go to the website. We have 700 news stories a month. We have over 2,700 past episodes, the new music section, our VR nightclub, our mobile app, our site-wide player, and more. All of that is at thedjsessions.com. I don't know how you just scanned that QR code, but it gave me a notice that said somebody scanned the QR code. That's really cool. I've never seen anyone do that before.
Beautiful.
Awesome. But all of that and more at thedjsessions.com. I'm your host, Darran. That's Massimo Vivona and Sebastian coming in from Phoenix, Arizona for the DJ Sessions. And remember, on the DJ Sessions, the music never stops.
Yes.